Another travel day, another adventure. Where are we today, Aidan?
Hey.
Hey. We're in
Should have
Hay.
filmed this yesterday. I could go, hey, it's Saturday.
We're at the Sheer Outback. What you call it, a museum? Exhibition centre. Because they've had summer rains here, the shearer was just telling us. There's a lot of this blow-away weed hanging about around Hay. Just builds up in all the doorways and things. And I remember seeing it on the news now. It's quite a nuisance for everyone. And we're quite happy because we've actually got some blue sky today. We've had 4 days of rain and grey, which has been confronting for us Flinders Ranges people. We're used to blue sky and a bit of sunshine. So nice to see the sun out in Hay today. Make hay while the sun shines, hey? We're the only ones here for a shearing demonstration, Aidan. Must have timed it all right. It's a lost art. So soft. For those of you that have never felt wool that's been shorn, it's so greasy. All the lanolin. It's a really interesting texture. And obviously you need to know your stuff to grade all the wool. Aidan's over there, Mr. Chatterbox, talking all things farming. So Jack's making it look easy today. The dogs are running around wanting to do something. Jack's been shearing for over 30 years. And you can kind of tell. I always think the sheep must feel so good afterwards. You can see how beautiful and white that fleece is underneath. Nothing like wool.
Two of them jumpers before they would burn one of these out.
Yeah, here's the fleece, still warm, absolutely gorgeous. Doing a bit of a walk around now under the blue sky while it's a little bit warmer. What have we got here, Aidan?
Sydney Olympics.
This was?
Yeah.
Ah, is it like a float?
Yes.
To celebrate shearing.
Shearing, but a bit of a light-hearted parody of the shearing shed in the outback, the sheep and wool factory. As it unfolded, sheep emerged and magically turned into toweling hatted men pushing Victor lawnmowers across suburban lawns.
Well, now we'll have to go do a Google and go back and have a look at that. It's not a bad spot.
No. We definitely got lucky with the
Shearing.
private shearing demo.
Yes, only the two of us. Do you think this is worth the $20 admission? Because that's what it costs to get in.
It definitely is.
There's a lot of
A lot
history
of
in there.
If you have the time. You wouldn't want to be rushing through here.
Yes, a lot of reading. Bring your glasses, people. Even I had my glasses in my pocket ready for this one. If you fancy wanting to know what it's like being a sheep inside a sheep yard, you can do the sheep maze, the sheep yard maze here. Kids would love this one. If you're out this way, I'd love actually to be able to see it from above, which I guess maybe you can if you get into the middle of it. It's quite windy, love, I can't hear you.
So you've got a picture of it here.
Yes. It's got rules of entry, Aidan. What if we go in and we can never get out? Sometimes it pays to have a husband with a photographic memory. Which way should we go? Oh, he's just looked at the little map on the thing and remembered. I'm like, did you just remember that? He's like, yeah. Okay, Mr. Photographic Memory, here we are at the windmill. I feel like you're somewhat cheating now because you're going around the outside, How does that work? Anyway, everyone, I definitely think the sheer outback is worthwhile. Oh God, now he's going bush. This is so all the tourists that are in the cafe can watch people jumping around when they see a snake. But anyway, sheer outback in Hay, New South Wales. Definitely think it's worthwhile if you have an interest in the outback and shearing in general, or just hearing a bit more about that. Actually, a little bit sad to hear, chatting to Jack the shearer, that, you know, as a lot of us do know, it's becoming a dying trade in Australia, and we're having to bring shearers out now from New Zealand to do our shearing.
Dogs are doing a bit of work.
So yeah, it's a bit sad to hear. Got the dogs over here now. Doing a bit of rounding up of this lot. So this is Jack, who just did the shearing. He's obviously been sent to get this. I wonder if he's going to shear this lot today, Aidan.
Probably not.
You don't think? Yeah, so the dogs are doing all the hard work. Jack gets to hoon around the buggy. So those dogs are way gone with the sheep before Jack even gets through the gate. They've got them rounded up through the gate and into the paddock where they need to go. And Jack's kind of back here yelling at the dogs. We can hear the dogs. They were so excited, weren't they? They just wanted to do some work. They were absolutely hanging out to do that. Sorry about my shit photography there, everyone. Anyway, we hadn't filmed loads of, sorry, a bit close, aren't I, today? Forgot my selfie stick. Because, oh, there you go, husband's got hands. So today, we didn't really film much of the outback, the sheer outback experience, because I think it's really important that you come and experience it for yourself. And also, we don't want to be one of those wanky travel bloggers that are out with a camera in everyone's face. So I actually feel really strongly about this. When we are filming or doing stuff for our videos, sorry, I don't know if you can hear Jack shouting at the dogs and the sheep in the background. We're very mindful to not include other people when we can help it, other people's vans, and certainly not other people's children. We choose to share our life and what we're doing. We don't expect everyone around us to be sharing what they're doing. It really upsets me on social media that we see so much of people just zooming around with their cameras in caravan parks and, you know, showing other people's children, and yet you send your kids to school and you have to sign a waiver to say that they can be shared on social media. So I actually feel quite strongly about that. So you will notice when we are travelling, we're not always going to be sharing everything. If it's like today and there's not many people around, then we might choose to share it. But it is something for people to think about. Because I can tell you, when my kids were younger, if I had have turned on my TV to find that my kids were splashed all over and everyone knew exactly where they were at any one time, I wouldn't have been a happy parent. And we also have to put ourselves in the situation of other people, and we don't know other people's situations. People could be escaping domestic violence. There's so many issues that could arise for people from other people spotting them on social media. So just something to think about. And yeah, you will notice sometimes that we cruise through places and might just talk about it. You might want to go over to our community page on our channel and have a look, because if there's something that we haven't included in our travel blog videos, we will put it on our community page. So it might be a campsite or somewhere like this, an exhibition that we visited, that we just didn't feel comfortable filming for the privacy of others.
But also the experience here, you actually have to see it and be in it yourself to get the full extent.
Yeah, you have to.
You can't smell the lanolin through the video.
Yeah, you can't smell the lanolin.
Feel the wool.
And then if we film everything that's inside, you know, that takes away from the experience, and it also takes away from, everyone has a different experience and what you enjoy. They lose out if people decide not to come here. So we are very mindful. Well, we hope to think that we are mindful and considerate with what we do with our travel blogging and what we're aiming to do with it. So anyhow, that's just a little bit from me. But we're done here now, so we're off into Hay to see what else we can find. You can never resist stopping to have a look at the big art that is scattered across Australia on our silos and our water tanks. And the sheer scale of these artworks is quite phenomenal. Actually looks pretty great against the blue sky with the clouds today. And just over, actually behind the water tower art, is the Sandy Point Camping Reserve. We're not staying there at the moment, but we are going to drive down there and have a look in a minute. It's a big free camping area, and you can easily walk across here to the water tower art and into the town if you don't mind a decent walk. So while we've been in Hay, everyone, we chose to stay at the Hay Showgrounds. I wouldn't say it's the roomiest showgrounds. Great caretaker though, and great showers, toilets, and we chose to come here because we just wanted to top up our power and our water. Now tell me about the power, Aidan. We still had about 52% capacity, didn't we?
We did when we drove in, yeah, but we had been down to 40%.
Which is still fine, right?
It is, but we were expecting cloudy days.
But there was no sun anywhere. So yes, since we left home, we've had rain, grey skies, more rain, and like literally no blue sky and no sun was there.
No, today's the first clearish day
that we've had. So we just decided with what we've got coming up in the next few days that we would top up.
And we hadn't done a whole lot of driving.
Yes, we hadn't really done.
We'd only done 150-ish k's.
Yeah, we were doing
2 days.
Doing the grey nomad thing, weren't we? We weren't going far. So anyway, the Hay Showgrounds, everyone, up here. So the Hay Showgrounds works. There is a caretaker, but he doesn't deal with the money. So honesty box with the camping fees, powered sites, $20 per night. And you grab your envelope, fill it out. He does check those. Particularly, it's quite busy at the moment, isn't it? Caretaker Kevin. If any of you are heading here, that's his phone number. And there's quite good loos and showers across there, and then where we are down the other end there is some more loos and showers, and it's really great for town, but it's be quite I don't know how far it is to walk into town.
Probably 1.5 kilometres.
Yeah, probably a couple of k's. Would it be equivalent to the other Sandy?
No, the other
campground, that's a bit closer.
Probably be a bit closer, but
yeah, which is where you can obviously stay for free. That is on the near the highway, so you will hear a lot more noise there, which wouldn't have been a problem. We would have liked to have stayed there, but we just decided that we needed to power up. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how I'm feeling right now. At the Hay Showgrounds where we're camping at the moment, we are down the town end, would you call that?
Yeah.
town end, which is not overly roomy, but it's packed in there at the moment, so we won't show you. But there is another area which is for bigger rigs and fifth wheelers and, you know, all that sort of.
I can't remember, was it less power points or less water points are up there?
Yeah, so the caretaker, when we got here yesterday, it was absolutely pouring. So he was like, I'll just put you guys down here. And then we saw that there was this other bigger area. But he did say to Aidan that there weren't as many taps, I think it was, or taps or power points, can't remember. But I'm actually surprised at how busy these places are. You pull in here at 2 o'clock maybe, and it's quite busy. So there's definitely loads of us out travelling. And yeah, anyway, we're about to hit a walk around the racecourse. It looks like we might get a specky sunset tonight, which will be much better than last night, won't it?
We can see the sun.
We can see the sun and a bit of blue sky. And I take it back, people. It's actually quite roomy where the fifth wheelers and all of that are. Well, the bigger rigs. Why we didn't get put there, I don't know. I'm not going to pan around and show you just at the moment because it's really busy. Loads of people out and about. But yeah, just do a bit of Google. So we're not sure where home will be tonight. Home is where we park it. But apparently it's going to be past the cattle eventually. Oh my lord. They are never in a hurry. Never worried about the big rigs. Oh look, this one's having a little scratch on the post. Look, cuties. Woohoo! Any guesses where we are? We are in Deniliquin. Another spot been meaning to stop. Home of the Denny Ute Muster, which I'm actually just a little bit excited because what's happening in October, Aidan?
The Ute Muster.
The Denny Ute Muster. And we're going to be not far from here. Well, that's the plan, in October, doing a property sit. So, may just have to check out the Denny Ute Muster. I think we're going to be celebrating all things Ute here in Deniliquin. Tell us where we are today.
The depot, Deniliquin.
Deniliquin.
New South Wales.
The depot, everybody. The depot. So worth coming and having a look at. It was $17 to get in. All sorts of things in there. Old car memorabilia, caravans, bikes, buses, and the DeLorean. There was a DeLorean in there, and the whole Golden Fleece collection. Amazing. So do yourselves a favour if you're in Deniliquin, New South Wales, and come and check it out. It was $17 each to get in. So worth it. Really worth it. Have a little trip down memory lane. We'll just say, everyone, my favourite in here is the Golden Fleece collection. I think it's the only full collection in Australia, including this magic tanker. Absolutely amazing. Everyone, if you see us out and about and Aidan looks like the true gentleman opening up the car door for me, no, why aren't you doing that all the time? He's doing that because we still have a few little wiring issues with the RAM. So we have to go old school and press the buttons and open the buttons. And it's amazing, isn't it, Aidan, how quickly you get used to it again. Hey?
Yes, but it's still annoying.
Well, and because obviously the key lock is on my side because it's a RAM, it's on the left hand side. So fun times on this journey that we're having. But anyway, when the RAM goes back in for surgery soon, hopefully we'll get that issue fixed. It's not very often we come to the beach, is it? Yep. And we're still not at the beach. We're at a beach of sorts, a river beach. Absolutely magnificent, everyone. Willoughby's Beach Camp. Rest area and camp on the Edward River in Deniliquin, New South Wales. Top spot. $6 booking fee with parks, New South Wales Parks. Choose where you want to be and just enjoy the serenity and the kookaburras. It's actually beautiful weather today, so we're pretty chuffed about that. Who needs a houseboat, Aidan?
Well, you said you wanted to be closer to the water.
Oh my goodness. Well, we managed that, didn't we? Just might want to be careful if you stumble out tonight. We'll have a few beers. Little matey up here. Kookaburra. Seems to think he's getting steak for tea. Aidan said, oh, he disappeared. And then he came back. And I said, yes, of course he disappeared and came back. He went off and told his wife he was getting steak for dinner. I'll be back soon, Dal. Dal, got some steak for you and the kiddies.
Long table for that.
So then Aidan wasn't keen to come inside. He was like, oh, I might go back out to check my steak, and old matey's buggered off with it. Morning, everyone. This is our view this morning. Not bad. Edward River, Deniliquin. For $6. It was $6 booking fee for this Willoughby's Beach camp. But I'm just about to give you a dose of real life. Here's the bushy. Morning. I'm looking fabulous this morning. Got the worst haircut. Got a haircut from hell at the moment. And so I'm just going to show you something in the bushy that I'm not sure they really thought about. Yeah. I've got the diesel heater on. And down here is the diesel heater air intake. Okay, so the air goes in there. We've got two vents actually that the hot air comes out of, apart from me. There's one in the shower, which I know seems a little bit extreme, but that's going to become a hanging room for washing when we need it in the cold, wet, miserable times that we're travelling. Also keeps your shower a bit warm so you're not freezing in there. And there's another one out here down in the kitchen. Now my point of showing you this is what, Aidan, is just think about it. The air intake, yeah, is opposite the toilet. So the air that comes in the toilet room comes out into the living area. Think about it, people. There you go. Some real van life for you. Anyway, back to the nice view now.